out of the pocket and scrambles for a nice gain here, but the drive stalls after some costly penalties. And Elliott and the Spartans on the move again. This time the QB draw up the middle, makes some nice moves, and cruises up the sideline for a touchdown. And the Spartans go on to win 40-6.
Over in Plattsburgh we go under new head coach Brandon Boswell. The Tigers hosting Polo tonight. Start this one second quarter. Polo up 8-0. Plattsburgh with the ball. Nice pass over the middle from Isaiah Howard to Jackson Lewis for the first down. Next play, Howard scrambling, goes right, lost one, and lands in the hands of Maverick Gentry, though, for the interception for the Panthers. Tigers defense needing to get something going. Defense forces a Polo final minute of the first half. 3rd and 17, Howard finds Skychen Stocking over the middle for the huge first down to keep the drive alive. 12 seconds left in the second quarter. Howard scrambling to his right again, buying time for Brock Stegel to get wide open back in the end zone. Touchdown. Tigers within 2 points, but Polo hangs on to win this one by a final score of 14-6. Few GRC KCI crossovers also tonight. North Platte visiting Gallatin. Gallatin winning 62-8, and then East Buchanan up at South Harrison getting a 42-14 victory.
KCI non-conference games, Hamilton hosting Lafayette County, and Hamilton gets the win 39-34, and Oak Grove gets the win against Lawson. It's unique when you see an 11-man team play down to 8-man, and also strange to see 8-man teams go up to 11-man. But that's what we're getting tonight over in Maysville. The Wolverines hosting North Shelby, an 8-man program on the east side of the state. Raiders formerly played 11-man, so here we go. We start in the first quarter with North Shelby kicking it short to Maysville. Maysville tries keeping the ball on the ground for the first 2 plays, resulting in a loss of yards. And on the 3rd play of the game, Zach Hines threw a pass into double coverage, and Carson Orr came down with the pick. And the Wolverines take their first time out soon after some time to recompose, and the game started slowly with only 1 first down late in the first quarter from the Raiders and no touchdowns. Cale Stoneberger from North Shelby kept the ball on the ground for most of the first quarter, but switched it up in the second, and then going into the second quarter with a score of 0-0. Looking very similar to the first one until North Shelby throws a long ball to Carson Orr, who also happened to have the interception earlier on in the game, and the Raiders win this one 22-0. And don't go anywhere, plenty more coming your way right here on Football Tonight.
Including the Bishop LeBlond Golden Eagles. LeBlond entering year 3 of 8-man football, and they're hoping to build off success of last year's season.
And in the Grand River Conference Showdown tonight, the King City Wildcats with high hopes this season, hosting the 8-man runners-up. Highlights still to come right here on Football Tonight.
Welcome back to Football Tonight right here on KQ2. The Bishop LeBlond Golden Eagles in year 3 of 8-man football. Last year's season cut short because of COVID-19 in the playoffs, but the Golden Eagles riding a 3-game winning streak into this year. Just up the road we go, the Golden Eagles riding that 3-game winning streak dating back to last season, hosting the Pattonsburg Panthers tonight. First quarter we go. Landon Gardner, fantastic player, fakes the handoff to Reggie Love, runs the option to the outside, doesn't use the lateral man, beats the defender, gets the score for the Golden Eagles. They up 8-0. Later in the quarter, Gardner play action pass to Jake Correll for the catch. Correll shakes the tackle, scores again for LeBlond. Golden Eagles up 16-0 early. Pattonsburg go threatening to score. Zane Reed scrambling left, dives for the end zone, but Gardner there to push him out just shy of the pylon. Later in the drive, Reed throws to Brody Langford. Langford, he gets into the end zone, but not be enough. The Golden Eagles take this one 70-20 to go to 1-0 on the year. And now we welcome in the head coach of the Bishop LeBlond Golden Eagles, Chuck Davis. Coach, that's a big victory for you guys tonight. 70-20, 70 points. You've got to be pretty happy with how things turned out tonight.
Absolutely. That was we executed as good as we could have, I think.
You look at, this game, I guess, what has stood out to you the most about maybe this offense of kind of, Landon Gardner, Reggie Love? We've talked about a lot of them in this, preseason. Just what stood out to you, though?
I think tonight really what stood out was we plugged some guys in on the offensive line, and we rotated guys around that this was their first varsity minutes for a lot of them. And, there's going to be mistakes to correct when we watch film tomorrow as a team, but I think that the want to and the fight was there from a lot of guys. Everybody knows Landon Gardner's good and Reggie Love is good, but we had some guys step up big tonight for us that aren't necessarily as well known.
Yeah, and after the first quarter, it was a little close, but what did you say to your team in the huddle just to get them going for the rest of the game?
There was a couple adjustments that we made after that first quarter. Pattonsburg's a good team. They're physical. The Langford kid is tough. So we kind of adjusted what we did a little bit, and I told them that they needed to just keep their foot on the gas. We have 5 or 6 kids that don't start that we can play without losing much, that we were able to sprinkle in tonight to give the starters just enough of a break to keep them fresh enough to be 100% for the duration. So I just basically made sure they knew that we were in the driver's seat and to kind of keep that momentum going.
Coach, I got one quick final question for you. If I'm looking for new plans, are you the guy I go to? Because the backdrop you have is astounding.
So I'm actually in my wife's makeshift office for a job, and she would be the one to talk to.
Okay. I was assuming it wasn't you, but I just didn't know. Maybe it was you. I don't know.
They'd all be dead if it was me.
The same here. Chuck Davis, LeBlond head coach, congrats on the win tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot.
And over at St. Joe Christian, the Lions returning to 8-man football this season, hosting their former co-op team, Northland Christian. St. Joe Christian down 8-0 early, but here they come. Caleb Carlson sweeping to the outside, gets in across the pylon for the touchdown, but the 2-point conversion stuffed by Northland Christian. Then Northland 4th down now. Dante Burge back to punt, fakes it, rolls out like he's going to throw, doesn't see anybody, runs forward, gets hit, dives forward for the first, and they continue their drive. Then Seth Martin, option to the right, cuts it up himself, gets into the end zone, and Northland beats St. Joe Christian 42-20. Now we're not done yet on the opening night of football tonight. Plenty more to get to.
When we come back, we'll head over to the 8-man Grim River Conference. King City Wildcats hosting North Andrew in a battle of two teams trying to prove themselves here in week number 1.
And the DeKalb Tigers coming off a tough 2020 season, trying to start off 2021 with a victory. Highlights coming up next, right here on Football Tonight. welcome back to Football Tonight. In 8-man football, Northwest Missouri is home to some of the very best teams in the state.
And two of those teams, North Andrew and King City. North Andrew coming off a state runner-up finish, and King City, who brings back loads of talent, squaring off tonight. What a way to kick off the season. Two teams fighting for early position in the land of 8-man football. King City, North Andrew. First play from scrimmage. Hayden Ecker makes 3 men miss on his way to the house. 77-yard touchdown score for the junior running back. North Andrew jumps out first. But King City's first offensive play, the answer back, the Wildcats with a long touchdown run of their own. Parker Muff, he goes 63 yards to the house. Parker Muff, one of the best running backs in all of 8-man football. So is Hayden Ecker. Two good running backs tonight. And after converting the onside kick, 3rd and goal from the 1. Muff again touchdown, a second of the first quarter. Cardinals answer back. Then defensive pass interference call on 4th down gives North Andrew another chance. Braxton Linville takes it in himself, 6 yards to make it 14-12 King City. But King City too much. Parker Muff, 3rd touchdown of the first quarter. King City takes this one tonight, 62-26. A couple of Grand River Conference teams in non-conference action tonight. Albany over Osceola, 68-18. Stanberry getting a 58-22 victory over Appleton City.
A 275 conference Grand River Conference crossover tonight. Worth County taking on South Pole, and Worth County takes this game 50-22. Now down at DeKalb tonight, the Tigers hosting Rockport in a 275 conference matchup. Things getting difficult here, but jumping into the first quarter, DeKalb was up early in this one, 8-2, with Blue Jays in the red zone. Micah Makings takes the direct snap. He gets another 2-point conversion. Blue Jays lead 10-8 in this one. In the second quarter, Blue Jays still up 16-8. And now, moving down, they keep going. And final score of this one, Blue Jays lead 32 at half, and they win 54-8. And a couple more 275 games tonight, including East Atchison visiting the state champions Southwest Livingston, and they win this one 64-6. And now Stewartsville Osborne taking on Nottoway Valley. Nottoway Valley wins this one 60-14.
Another 275 showdown. Stewartsville Osborne, like he just said, they got the victory. So Devin Albertson, 8-man football analyst, joining us now. He was here last year. Devin, Mitchell, Devin, nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Mitchell.
How's it going?
All right, we got that out of the way. Devin, wild night of 8-man football. You know, some teams really having dominant performances tonight.
Yeah, I was over at King City watching them play North Andrew, and it was the Parker Muff show as usual. I had him down for just under 280 yards and 7 touchdowns, most of which was in the first half. He was really good. I know Hayden Ecker had that long touchdown run early, but North Andrew was just kind of out of sync. And I think the biggest couple of takeaways here was Platte Valley upset Mound City 32-22, and then watching Nottoway Valley get their first win in the co-op over Stewartsville Osborne. A huge third quarter for them to kind of show their program what they can do.
Yeah, with these surprising endings to the games, what do you think those teams go from here to next week?
It's going to be a big matchup for Nottoway Valley next week. They got to play East Atchison, who made a big statement today. They were up 64-0 at halftime against the defending state champ Southwest Livingston. So it's a big step up in competition for Nottoway Valley next week. Platte Valley, they got a Rockport team that won big today over DeKalb. So a couple of those teams have some big matchups next week. King City has DeKalb. They got Stanberry in 2 weeks, so they got something to look forward to here in the near future. Also a shout out to Northland Christian beating St. Joe Christian here today. A big win there for the Trailblazers in their first win, and St. Joe Christian's return to 8-man.
Devin Albertson, 8-man football analyst for us here on Football Tonight. Nice of you to meet Mitchell. Mitchell, nice of you to meet Devin. That was nice for all of us. Devin, thanks again.
Thanks, Chris.
And don't go anywhere. We'll wrap up show number 1 of Football Tonight when we come back. Stay tuned.
Mitchell, final thoughts.
Yeah, it was a great week, and Platte Valley, if you missed it, did beat Mound City earlier.
That's it for football tonight. See you next week.